You know what my dream collaboration is?
What?
Katy Perry and Pitbull sing Barbie Girl.
Oh.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Have you pitched this?
I think that this is my pitch.
Okay.
I think we could make it happen.
This should go somewhere.
I don't know why it's not in the official Barbie movie. Starring Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling.
Have you seen
Coming
it?
soon to No, is it in theaters yet?
Oh, I have no idea. I'm sorry. I don't have my ear to the Barbie.
I'll tell you this. Here's my prediction. Rollerblading is going to see a resurgence.
I'll be in. I still have rollerblades.
I have rollerblades.
Why aren't we rollerblading?
Why aren't we?
Because we like our knees.
Because I don't know how to stop.
Neither
and by
do
that, I don't mean I'm obsessed with it. I literally can't physically bring my body to stop.
Well, I could teach you how to stop.
I can't stop
It's
rollerblading,
easy.
man. Like it doesn't involve a tree or another
It does
person?
not involve a tree or another person.
Or
just
a
an
lake.
elegant spin.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. I can teach you. I can teach you.
I could wear my knee pads.
You should.
But they're yoga knee pads.
No,
so-
never mind. Never mind. I'm going to go rollerblading on my own.
I'm afraid of getting like rocks and stuff in my hands.
Yeah.
So I'll be wearing like oven mitts.
wrist guards.
Sure.
Yeah.
Or that.
Yeah. Wear that. It looks cooler than oven mitts. Although I would probably pay money to see you rollerblading in yoga knee pads and oven mitts.
Well, especially since yoga knee pads are just meant to go on the floor and not to be worn. So I got to duct tape them on.
Okay.
All right. What are we doing? What? Cue the music.
Hi, I'm Paige.
And I'm Rebecca.
And this is...
Made from what's left. Okay, last year we attended Table for 1200. More.
Yes.
And the colors that people are encouraged to wear are black, white, with pops of bright pink, of fuchsia pink,
Yes.
which are the storefront Manitoba colors.
Yes.
And so we were out looking for accessories for our outfits, and we
Yes.
found pink cat ears
Yes.
and bought enough for almost everyone at our table. Why were there 10 at our table?
Were there? No, there was 8. 4 couples.
Oh, because we were the couple.
We were a couple.
That's why the math doesn't math. Because we were a couple.
We were a couple. Yeah.
I always get to be your default date.
You're my stand-in.
I am.
Well, I'm yours.
Yeah, true.
All right.
We're going to be those old ladies that are like living together in a house.
No.
Just a lot of cats.
No. Well,
I'll be
maybe.
the allergic old lady living in the house with you and your cats.
I'm also allergic.
Oh, that's true. Why did we both have cats then?
Because we're idiots. Because who doesn't love a cat? I mean, really.
Well,
Okay, so table for 1200.
yes.
Our topic for today.
Our topic for today is Table for 1200 full stop.
No.
Okay.
Okay, so I've got some history. So I would love to talk about the first table for 1200 because it's a little different than the rest.
Yes.
And then how it has evolved a little over time,
Yes.
including all the exciting places where it has,
Oh, I have a
up.
list of those too.
as do I. And
By year? Did you organize by year?
Yes.
Oh. I don't know what I was doing then.
So
Did you
the-
want to explain the initial concept of Table for 1200?
I do, and I will. And I've got a blurb, which was taken from 5468796 Architecture's website.
8675309.
No.
Go ahead.
So 5468796 Architecture, together with design advocacy group Storefront Manitoba, celebrated the culmination of Winnipeg's Architecture Fringe Festival and the 2014 Royal Architectural Institute of Canada's Festival of Architecture.
Which was here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On Saturday, May 31st, by transforming the Esplanade Riel pedestrian bridge into a giant pop-up dining room and inviting guests to experience and discuss the power of architecture and design. This goes on a bit. Sorry. The project is the culmination of 5468796's Table for 12, a 9-city series of intimate dining events that put together the spotlight on architecture culture.
So they just wanted to times that by 100 For 100 times the culture.
And 100 times the food. On this major civic landmark and against the backdrop of Winnipeg's new Canadian Museum for Human Rights, the team joined together 150 tables of 8 to create one continuous 1,200-foot-long dining table, making it one of the longest dining tables on record. Volunteer table captains decorating their tables to a theme of their choice, competing for prize money for the best table setting. Diners from across Canada, including representatives from prominent institutions, the city government, arts organizations, and the general public, were notified of the event's secret location only hours prior to the dinner. Mandel Hitzer from Darren and Joe Kelternick from Raw Gallery, along with Ben Kramer from Diversity Food Services.
Yes.
So what was the inspiration for Table for 1200?
Dîner en blanc.
Yeah. Do you know what it is?
It's a Parisian event where diners are encouraged to wear all white. But don't they have to bring their own tables and chairs?
Yeah.
Like it's a whole situation.
Yeah.
Where you just all come together at the same time.
And in fact, in the early years, our Table for 1200 guests were also told to bring their own chairs.
Yes.
Which created a variety of a patchwork quilt of chairs.
That's true.
If you will.
A chair situation. Did they also have to bring their own table settings at the time?
I don't know.
Or was that
I don't think
provided?
so. I believe that was all provided. I think the table and the table setting was provided. But the chairs were brought by the guests.
Right. Which, as someone who has been a co-table captain in the past, it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
I think you can call yourself a captain.
Were you also a captain?
Yeah. Oh, that's
Would that
what you
make
mean
us
by co-captain.
I wasn't your first mate, is what I'm saying.
Not even my second.
I had equal billing.
Okay, so that's the inspiration for...
And their food. They also brought their food, which is what makes this that much better.
And by they, you mean the what is it called?
Our event, Table for 1200.
Dîner en blanc.
Dîner en blanc.
Dîner en blanc.
I went to a thing one time. It was like an outdoor concert in Seattle. And what I didn't know is that people packed very elaborate picnics.
Oh.
And I think I just had my child and a pack of crackers.
Oh.
And people around us were like bringing out charcuterie boards and popping bottles of wine.
Oh, did you just sit down and join
There was
them?
no sharing. No,
Oh,
I think there was like
no.
a hot dog stand, like, thankfully. Things to mention.
If you cut that hot dog wiener up, you could create your own charcuterie. So I pulled the segment I like to call What People Are Saying.
You do like to call it that. I didn't realize it was reoccurring, but please.
It is, and here it is. Because this is kind of funny.
Is this from Google reviews or like social media?
It's actually from Facebook. There were...
Okay, you know who's on Facebook.
Just wait. It's great. There were only 3 reviews.
Okay.
2 of them are spam. I'm assuming because they were thanking Mr. Jamal for his diverse knowledge in wealth preservation investments such as shares, property, and crypto. So I'm assuming those are not related.
I did not buy any crypto at the last event.
But there was a 5 out of 5 review,
Okay.
and it said, "It was an awesome experience. The food and atmosphere were unbelievable." Nalia Borges Ball.
Sounds like a real person.
I think Nalia is speaking for us all.
I think it's a spectacle.
It sure is. And the food was good.
Mm-hmm.
Fun was had by all at our table.
I think that the, especially events that they have to shut the streets down for, it makes it even more of a spectacle. I recall 2019.
Yes.
Trying to cross from Main Street to Peasant Cookery. And the entire path was blocked by Table for 1200.
Did
we
you
had to go
go?
up to Notre Dame.
Oh, you just happened to be in
We
the
just
area.
wanted to cross. We just wanted to cross Albert.
And you
That's
didn't
all
go-
I wanted was to cross Albert.
You didn't go on your knees under the table?
No, there were like people. It was all the people.
You just scoot by them.
And they had like barricades
Oh, yeah.
and rope.
Oh.
So we walked all the way down to Notre Dame,
Yeah.
crossed the street,
Yeah.
walked all the way back,
Did
and went
you-
to Peasant Cookery.
Did you wish you were at Table for 1200, though?
I did a little bit.
Then I feel like they accomplished their mission there.
And at that time, people were wearing all white.
Oh, yeah.
But it was easy to judge people who didn't know what all white meant.
Or the ones who didn't get the memo.
Ones who didn't get the memo. Or you'd be like, that's ecru at best. At best. Seeing all the table designs
Yes.
is pretty cool.
So should we talk about that?
We could talk about that.
Each table has a table captain
Yes. Or co-captains.
and or co-captains. And each table is tasked with coming with a design for the table.
Yeah, creating a theme, providing all the decorations.
So the table and tablecloth and place settings are provided.
Yes.
Anything that you want beyond that, you bring.
Yes.
And there's a prize on the line.
Do we know what the prize is?
Yeah.
I don't feel like we were quite up to the level of some of the winning entries last year.
Yeah, we weren't in prize territory ourselves.
Our goth interpretation of an evening out.
It was black on black on black. So that was 2022. So the prize is around $1,200. And there's usually 3 winners.
They should just pass a hat, get $1 from everyone in attendance. There's your prize.
$1,200.
See how I mathed?
So yeah, so you can endeavor to win the prize. You can design your table.
Yes.
And with the competition in mind.
Yes. And there were some very elaborate entries.
Yes.
There are some rules.
Yes.
Especially on the years where the event is held on public streets.
Yeah.
And crosses intersections. You have to be able to pick up your entire table and chairs and move them for emergency vehicles.
That's right.
If necessary.
Right.
Last year we were at Assiniboine Park on the grass. I feel like we could have pounded tent pegs into the grass and no one would have said anything.
Yeah. Yeah, and the rules are kind of like your table has to remain on the ground.
You can't have like a gazebo over it.
Structure over. Yeah.
Yeah. But there were lots of hangy dangly things and buntings and balloons.
People are very creative with the tables.
So it looked like some had been working on theirs for the whole year.
You know what we sort of dressed in black and we did a black on black table.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what we never really took any further was the notion of dressing in the theme, which is beyond just being in black. So there was a table that was, if I recall from last year, there was a table that was kind of like high tea, and
yes.
all the gals who were at
was that one of the winners?
All the people. I think
they were dressed for a tea party.
They were, yeah, and so they were still on brand. They were still in white,
yeah,
and but they definitely had kind of an old timey English tea vibe. So that was cool.
I remember seeing years ago on the socials, there was one table. Cal Barteski might have been involved, and they had made polar bear heads for everyone at the table.
Really?
So there are pictures of everyone at the table wearing polar bear heads,
but
they were these cool kind of cubist. Artsy.
So not Jared Leto at the Met Gala.
No.
Okay.
No.
With a cat head.
That was brilliant.
Yeah. Maybe
except I think it might have been Aubrey Plaza who noted that Jared Leto revealed himself a little too soon.
Well, he
he should have kept that cat head on for the whole thing and kept people guessing.
I never saw pictures of Jared Leto with the cat head on. I only saw Jared Leto's head and holding the cat head, So I agree with Aubrey Plaza on that one. Not that she needed.
I agree with Aubrey Plaza on everything.
On everything, yeah.
So the themes, yes. Well, I think that our theme was just gothy, and we looked kind of gothy.
Well, yeah, but just beyond wearing all black, we didn't.
We didn't have to go out and buy new clothes or anything.
We should have had top hats. We should have worn wigs. We should have done makeup. We were
wearing pink cat ears.
We were wearing pink cat ears. So after the first year,
yes,
which was 2014. I don't know if I said that.
2014 Esplanade Real.
On Esplanade Real. The inaugural event was called Table for 1200.
Okay.
Let's just go through the names because there is a little bit of an evolution that I think is kind of cool.
Should we just list all the years and their locations with their names?
That too, yeah.
Okay.
So number 1. So in 2015,
yes,
it was called Table for 1201.
Who was the one?
Nobody. I don't know.
It was just an extra person?
It wasn't me because I wasn't there.
And that one is at the Legislative Building.
That's right.
Right. And didn't it go around the Married with Children fountain? At the back?
Did it?
I think it did.
Oh, I thought it went east-west. Yeah, I thought it went east-west.
At the back.
Yeah.
By the Married with Children fountain.
Probably. I don't think I've ever seen an aerial photo of that one.
I think it went around the fountain.
Cool.
Maybe reader would like to...
Reader?
Maybe listener would like to weigh in on that one.
Viewers?
You can go on the socials and see all of the years.
Do we want to make an announcement for potential viewers?
That we're on YouTube?
We are on the YouTubes.
That's true. But not us.
No.
Not our faces.
No.
But you could be treated to images and words. And sounds.
Images in time. Yeah. Okay, so that's 2015. 2016
Yes.
is the first year it was called Table for 1200 More.
On Waterfront Drive.
Yes.
Were you in attendance?
Yes, I attended that one as a guest of the Manitoba Association of Architects.
Well, how good for you.
That was nice. It was very nice of them.
Was that the year that you won a Storefront Manitoba award?
Oh, what I'd like to mention, sorry, since we're going past the first year, 2014, what I'd like to mention is that after 2014, this has been an initiative of Storefront Manitoba.
Okay.
With many sponsors. I won't go through the list because there's a lot of sponsors.
Yes.
So Storefront Manitoba, do you know who they are?
Yes. No, but I do know their company colors. I think that they're design advocates in the city here. Are they a nonprofit?
Storefront Manitoba is a charitable organization, and they have a handful of other really cool programs.
They do,
including
little free libraries.
Really? That's not even in my list.
Cool gardens?
Yes.
Benchmark?
Yes.
That's all I know.
So Benchmark is a place-making design competition.
Sure.
Cool Gardens is an outdoor installation competition.
Can I tell you something funny about Cool Gardens?
Give her.
When I used to do the city tours on the Winnipeg Trolley.
Yes.
We would go...
Shout out to the Winnipeg Trolley.
Shout out. We would go past the St. Boniface City Hall.
I know where this is going.
And one of the Cool Gardens right in front of St. Boniface City Hall was just shovels. There was like 100 shovels.
Stuck in the ground. And as we'd go by, I'd tell these poor out-of-towners on the trolley, oh, and this is where we keep our shovels in the summer. When we're not using them.
You'd hear the cameras snapping.
I got to remember to go get mine for next fall. So
pick up your shovel. It's time. Snow's a-coming.
Another one of their programs is the Winnipeg Design Festival.
Sure.
Another one of their programs is On the Boards, a conversation series.
Oh.
Have you been to?
Oh, no, but they're currently talking about Portage-Main.
Yes.
There's an episode.
Don't get Roy started.
There's an episode. I'll be solo on that one because I have thoughts.
So, yeah, you'll be solo.
I have plenty of thoughts.
Another of Storefront Manitoba's programs is the Winnipeg New Music Festival in 2018 and 2020.
Oh.
Also, Bar Nano. Do you know about Bar Nano?
No, but it sounds delicious.
It's a micro shot bar. It's a pop-up.
Where does that go?
I don't know, but we're going to have to find it.
Oh, was that the one that was beside the Cube?
I can't answer that, but probably. I think so. I think
young Rebecca thinks so.
Yes. Yeah. You already mentioned. Okay, and they also have a design competition called Commerce Design Winnipeg.
Didn't you win one of those awards in 2016?
I did.
What for? Pray tell.
It was for the Mirror Hotel, which is directly across the street from my office.
On Waterfront Drive.
On Waterfront Drive.
Location of the 2016 Table for 1200.
More
was on Waterfront Drive. You were in attendance.
I was, as a guest of the Manitoba Association of Architects.
Did you wear white?
I did.
Nice.
I even had a white umbrella.
Oh.
A white and clear umbrella because it was
schwitzing?
Supposed to rain. Yeah.
And did it?
I don't think I got to use the umbrella.
I'll tell you a little tip.
Please
if
do.
there's rain in the forecast,
take
an umbrella.
It won't rain.
It will not rain.
That's a good tip. So that one ran from Bannatyne, past Lombard, under the bridge to Shaw Park.
It looked very cool under the bridge.
Oh, I bet.
Like where the tables were set up under the bridge.
I think that would have been a cool place to sit. I think we were much closer to the corner of Bannatyne and... No, Lombard and Waterfront.
That's a pretty rolly section of street.
It's a bit of terrain.
Yeah. A little bit of an elevation change.
It's not... It's worse now. The big bumps in there. They didn't exist at the time.
2017.
Yeah.
Portage-Main. Well, Lombard.
Market Avenue along Rory Street and through the Richardson Building Plaza ending at Portage-Main.
Yes. So basically what I said, but in reverse.
In reverse. Oh, yeah. Yep. Guests are still wearing white.
Yep. Still 1,200 more?
Still 1,200 more. Do you know about 2018?
I know that it was at the Forks.
It was on the Riverwalk
Yes.
at the Forks.
Like in the harbor?
Yeah.
Do they call that the harbor?
I don't know.
That's where boats go.
It was really beautiful. The photos of that event, just because of the water and the...
You were not there,
I was not there.
but we've seen the photos.
Yes.
This year it would be a table for 1,200 underwater. So the river's a little high. She's high.
Swimming for 1,200 more. So then 2019...
Was the year that I encountered them blocking my path.
So it was on Albert Street,
Yes.
running from Notre Dame to Old Market Square.
Yeah, it went almost straight up to the Red River culinary
Yeah.
situation.
So Albert Street, Notre Dame to Old Market Square, otherwise known as across Roy's elected path.
Right.
That day.
Yes. And also right in front of the poutineery
Yeah.
for anyone trying to get fries that night.
Just be on the correct side. Also one long table.
Everyone was in white.
Yes.
And then, dun dun dun,
Pandemic.
2-year break.
2-year break. But I will tell you.
But Paige had 1,200 people over during the pandemic, and she will be paying that fine any day now.
I should have gotten a permit. So during the pandemic, they hosted table 2,1200.
Was that an online?
They raised over $22,000 for Winnipeg Harvest.
So would the idea be that you just ate dinner in your own home?
I don't actually know any more about it.
Huh.
All I know is good money, good cause.
Yeah, we like it.
Yeah.
If they were delivering dinner, I would have signed up.
You know what? I regret to say I didn't hear about it because I would have definitely gotten in on that.
That would have been a logistic nightmare. And then last year,
the
triumphant return.
Yes, post-pandemic.
Yeah.
So it's called Table for 1,200 More.
Yes.
It was the first year that the guests were asked to wear white and or black
With?
storefront Manitoba fuchsia accents.
Yes. Pops of pink.
Pops of pink. But it was also the first year
That
it
the
wasn't
tables were in
one long table.
circles.
Yeah, concentric circles. So,
I was going to say concentric.
oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, they were in concentric circles.
What concentric you say?
With the bar in the middle. The all-important bar in the middle. Right in front of the Lyric Theatre
Yeah.
at Assiniboine Park.
So this was kind of this idea of concentric circles gave the tables a little bit more breathing room.
Yes.
So just, post 2021 and the concerns about health,
Oh, yeah, they were kind of socially distanced, were they not?
They were. Huh. And this was the first year that they introduced wearing black.
Yes.
And I heard a great little CBC spot between the chair of Storefront Manitoba, Rick Dirksen, and Marcy Marcusa.
Shout out to Rick Dirksen.
Shout out to Rick Dirksen. And he had noted, so she asked him about the addition of black and pink, and he had just said the addition of black was to make the event a little bit more accessible.
There you go.
Because everyone has something black.
Yes. Because if I was asked to wear all white, I'd be showing up in like an old wedding dress.
Toilet paper?
Toilet paper, paper towel, a duvet.
Wow, you have a white duvet.
Well, ecru. Good time to mention that I'm allergic to bleach.
So that brings us to this year.
Yes.
The name has been changed
For 2023.
for 2023 to Storefronts Table for 1,200.
That's not like a massive change. I thought you were going to say something completely
Table for 120.
like table for 1,100
No.
plus 100.
Well, I thought it was notable.
Storefronts.
Storefronts Table for 1,200.
Branding.
The location
Is
is
a
going
secret?
to be...
You're not supposed to beep yourself out.
Sorry. The location, as always, will only be revealed hours before the event.
Yeah, and I'll say that last year when we were waiting for that location to be revealed, that was like stressful. That was a stressful morning.
It was exciting. It
It
was
was-
tense. I think we were drinking at Cargo Bar.
Well, not that morning.
Oh, that was later.
That was later. That was after we set our table up.
Frankly. But
We were shopping.
It was memorable. We were
We were
shopping.
shopping for pink accessories.
Yeah, that's right. We were. That's right. It was stressful because we were waiting with bated breath.
And we were checking emails and checking emails and checking texts. And then
Yes.
the actual email, I think, didn't it go to someone's junk mail or it was like
Yes.
lost?
Yeah,
And so we kind of found out last minute that it was at Assiniboine Park. And
we did.
got dressed and made plans and hightailed it over there.
And then we went to Cargo Bar.
And then
so
we went to
said,
Cargo Bar.
so as table captains, you set up your table.
Yes. Which for us was probably 2 weeks of shopping and planning
Yes.
and hemming napkins,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
making signboards for the table,
Yeah,
spray painting flowers.
marking up rocks for place names
Yes.
or place settings.
Yeah.
What are they called?
Place cards?
Place cards. Writing
It was a
names
lot.
on rocks.
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot of work.
Yeah.
And then we got everything set up, took a breath, and then there was nothing to drink, so we walked to Cargo Bar.
Which was a really nice place to kind of sit and wait for the event to start.
I think we actually went twice.
I think we did too. Yeah, because we found a group of people.
Yeah.
And then we found our group of people.
Yeah. We met up with some people and then some different people.
Yeah. It was really convenient having Cargo Bar right next door.
Yes. And what was really neat too is because we had set up earlier and you're kind of in that mindset of you're just there to set up your table. You're like making sure everything's in the right place. Other people are setting up their tables. There's tables that aren't set up. When we left and came back, we got to see the spectacle of 1,200 people sitting down to dinner. Well,
Yeah.
1,200 minus 8 sitting down to dinner.
So Table for 1,200 2022 was a smash hit.
Mm-hmm.
I can say that with confidence because I was there, but I really think that all of the reviews I read were really, really positive.
Yes. Food Again by Ben Kramer and Krista of Feast Cafe.
Yeah.
Krista Gunther.
Gunther, that's right. Yeah.
And bless those serving people.
Oh, yeah.
Were they working?
They were hustling.
The logistics of feeding 1,200 people all at the same time is
It's an
staggering.
enormous task.
It's staggering.
Yeah. It truly an enormous undertaking that they do very well.
Yeah. I feel like the people at our table, it took a minute to get into how to pass food around.
Oh, because that you bring up a good point.
Yeah.
So the dishes are served family style.
Yeah. And staggered.
And staggered, and so the larger plates would arrive at the table, and then you serve yourself. And yes, our table was a little in shambles at first.
A little confused.
There was a little bit of food on the table.
The other thing that we didn't have is, or we didn't think to do, was consult the menu. Because if we had actually looked at the menu, we would know what was in front of us.
Except I really do like a surprise. Like I kind of like just what it is. What it is.
You were like poking a blob of jam. What's
Well,
this? What's this? Will
yeah.
I like this? I don't know.
You reminded me that there was an exceptional bannock at that table.
There was a really good bannock.
Yeah, with
And
the
see,
jam.
had I known that that's what that was,
Mm-hmm.
I would have been like into that first.
Oh, you know what else was a first last year? The bike jam.
There was that the first time for a bike jam?
Yeah.
You could meet at
The Forks.
the Forks and you
Yeah.
could ride your bikes
Yeah.
to Assiniboine Park. This year,
This
we
year.
have not decided our table decorations.
Well, we've got some ideas.
Do we?
I have some ideas. Have I not mentioned
I
them?
had some ideas, but you didn't seem to understand what I was talking about.
Yeah, your ideas.
I had some
Your
good
ideas.
ideas.
I shared them with some of the other people at the table. They were all over your idea.
We have a planning sesh
Yes.
for Monday.
Yeah.
Secret location, but we think you can't beat me out.
Oh,
We think we figured it out.
we do.
This episode will air before the event, so we're not gonna.
2 Thursdays before the event.
Yeah, we're not gonna spill the beans.
No.
A, don't want to spoil anyone's fun.
No.
B, excellent chance that we're wrong.
I think there's an excellent chance that we're right.
Shh.
And it's going to
There
be
is a really good. There's a really good chance that we're right.
Yeah.
If we're right, it's going to be spectacular.
If we're right, Because you called it,
Yeah.
I will buy a round of drinks.
Like a bottle of wine?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll buy a bottle of wine for the table if you're right.
Okay. Could it be champagne?
Sure. Yeah. All right.
Cava?
Is it being
Prosecco?
served? So yeah, if you're right, drinks are on me.
Mm-hmm.
At least a bottle's worth.
And I get like bragging rights for like an entire year.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you're wrong,
oof. Then young Rebecca will be in my seat next week.
That's right. That's right.
I'll be manning the board. She's over there watching YouTube videos. She doesn't even pay attention to us.
It'll be the end of our podcast.
That laptop doesn't even plug in.
If you're wrong,
yes.
What are the stakes? Let's come up with stakes.
Well, then I'll buy you a steak.
Oh, I could live with that.
Yeah, I'll take you for a steak, but not a 40-ounce rib steak.
How about a 20
I'm on a budget.
20-ounce bone-in.
A bone-in 20-ounce.
Just a casual 20-ounce.
Steaks are on me if I'm wrong.
Okay. Wine or champagne is on me if you're right.
Yeah. And
I will come with money because I do believe you're correct.
Yeah.
I think you've correctly guessed.
And if I'm right, it's going to be spectacular.
Oh yeah, it's going to be fantastic.
It's going to be the talk of the town.
Yeah.
The taco the town.
No. So assuming you are correct.
Yes.
Should we brainstorm some locations for future events? I have one really good idea.
I think that we should I think we should give some suggestions or some guesses in case I'm wrong.
Okay.
And then it's like a backup because I might be right.
Okay.
On one of those.
All right. Okay, so the first one I have.
Yes.
Your street.
My street. I like that. Start at the dodgy end. Where I live.
And by the time the table's over, it's still the dodgy end.
I was going to say it would be in your old neighborhood. Does listener know we used to live on the same street?
I don't know.
And how long into our friendship did it take us to figure that out?
5 years.
It was a really long time. I don't think it was 5 years.
Like maybe a year.
Yeah.
It was we were literally 3 blocks apart on the same street.
Yeah. Literally. Different sides of the street. And I drove past your house every day. Mm-hmm. Every single day.
And I tried to avoid going down at your end.
I know.
Every day.
You still do.
I get her to walk a few blocks when I'm picking her up.
Okay, my street. Can I give you a guess?
Yeah.
I think that this would make for a spectacular venue.
Okay.
Arlington Bridge.
Oh, God. The terrain alone. But only on the angled parts?
Only
Not
on the angled
flat?
parts. And they would have to serve foods with like enough viscosity to stay on the plate.
Oh, you made my ears.
Like no soups. No peas or anything that can roll.
Stiff jellies only.
Sliced carrots.
Like raw.
Yeah. I think that'd be fun. I think it'd be fun to...
No ball foods. Oof. No meatballs. No buns.
No. The people in table 1 and table 150 would be just hammered with food.
They could just stand at the bottom of the bridge with their mouths open and just wait. Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
I have another idea.
Okay.
One table.
Okay.
On each floor.
Uh-huh.
Of a 120-story building that we don't have in Winnipeg yet.
Hear me out.
Okay.
On like one table on one floor of like 10-story buildings. And then we all Zoom each other.
Yeah, we just Zoom. The ice surface at Canada Life Center.
The ice. Oh, like the actual arena.
Yeah.
Well, that would be something.
Yeah, a big loop.
That would be dinner on ice.
Bring your boots. It could rival raw almond.
It'd be like raw almond for the summer, but it'd be very refreshing.
It'd be raw almond with no risk of falling through.
What about that long bicycle path down Waverly by the chamois? Wouldn't that be spectacular?
Like next to all the traffic? Yeah. I like it. I like the ambiance.
Like just like right by the chamois and the Tim Hortons.
Yeah, yeah.
There's kind of like that little dip. There's that public art there that looks like the spaceships that have like landed.
Crashed.
Yes.
Landed. Crash landed. How about
The racetrack? Does it have to technically be in the city limits?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's really about downtown. But
Assiniboine Park is the furthest out that it's been.
it is.
Now that I'm looking at the...
Yeah. The
Okay.
list.
Has there been a bike jam announced for this one? No. Because if it's where I think it is, it's bikeable.
Hang on. Oh, it's totally bikeable. Oops. Did I say too much? Hang on. Tony. Should we shout out to Tony?
Shout out to Tony. I still have those signs from last year, by the way.
Which signs?
The hand-cut signs that we put on our table with your
Oh.
businesses.
Our signs. Bring them. We're going to need those again. It's the same businesses. Okay.
What if we made our table into a giant kissing booth?
Who are we kissing?
I guess whoever's across from you at the table. So choose carefully.
There's like a big cardboard kissing booth. Aw, can we bring Trooper?
Aww, she gives the best
She
kisses.
could- yeah.
And nibs.
Trooper's a dog, for those who are wondering. Okay, so...
There's no way to talk about my sister.
Well, she's a real trooper. But I have something really exciting to tell you about this year's event.
Okay.
This is the first year
Yes.
that the price of each ticket includes one meal for somebody in Winnipeg's marginalized communities through Ben Kramer's charity Made with Love.
I knew that.
Did you?
Well, I got it written right here.
Oh. Well, maybe a listener didn't know.
That's true.
It's not all about you.
I think Ben and both Krista are returning.
Yes.
So maybe we'll get some more of that bannock.
Oh, I sure hope so. She does an excellent bannock.
Can we just buy like a second table?
Just for the food? Not have anybody at
So
it?
we could double up on the bannock.
You know, you can actually go to
Can
her
I
restaurant.
sit at my own table? You can.
You can go to her restaurant, Feast.
It's just right next to the Gargoyle Theater.
So Andrew Davidson, friend of the pod,
He's the friend of the pod, yes.
he's the owner of the Gargoyle Theater, which is the same building
As Feast.
as Feast.
Did you know? I feel like you were going to say something else.
Well, I was going to say something about her bannock, but what were you going to say?
I was just going to say that Feast has gone through a lovely renovation recently.
Has it?
Yeah, Trickett Interiors.
No
Shout
way.
out.
Oh,
Shout
another
out, friend of the pod.
shout out. We love Trickett. Okay, hang on. Oops.
All of these people that are friends of the pod that haven't even heard of us
Yeah,
yet.
they don't know. They don't know. I've never had a bad bite here. I would say I highly recommend Feast.
Look at that smoke signal burger.
Oh, wow. And they even give you the knife because they know you're going to have to cut it in half.
That's recommended by the pod. We don't even have to try it to know.
No, yeah.
Can I also say that Feast was featured on the Big Food Bucket List with John Catucci?
Please do say that.
It's true.
What is it? Tell me more.
It's a Food Network show.
Cool.
Remember You Gotta Eat Here?
No. I don't
Okay.
watch TV.
Never mind. You know, like diners, drive-ins, and dives?
I've heard of it.
Okay, well, that, but Canadian.
Cool. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
And not with Guy Fieri, but John
Right.
Catucci.
Nice. Okay, so I asked the organizers
Sure.
of Table for 1200.
Yes.
Well,
I
actually,
knew you would.
I reached out to the organizers of Storefront
Sure.
and I asked them if they had any fun facts.
Ooh. I'd like a fun fact.
Do you like a fun fact?
Yeah. I was going to ask you to ask them a question. I didn't know that you had already reached out to them. But maybe
Maybe it's in here.
maybe it's in there.
So Jaya responded very quickly,
Yes.
and thank you to her for that. She noted that miraculously,
Yes.
the weather has always cooperated.
Yeah. Yeah. And last year, I think part of our stress was that, remember, it was like black skies in the morning when we were
Huge
running
storm.
errands? Yeah.
Huge storm rolling around
Yeah.
town.
And then when we actually walked across that field, it was nothing but sunshine.
Yeah.
Bless.
It was absolutely gorgeous.
Because really, end of May to have an outdoor event, it could go
You
any
never
which
know.
way.
You absolutely never know. Mind you, is there any good time if you're within any measurable proximity of the Red River X, you know you're going to have storms.
Or the teddy bear picnic.
Or the teddy bear picnic.
Always rains.
Yeah.
Without fail. Shout out to the teddy bear picnic. Shout out to Dr. Goodbear.
Yes.
Man, I love a mascot. I do. Like Filbert from the RWB? Why are all the best mascots bears?
Am I basically just a mascot to you?
Well,
yeah.
Shut up and wear the bear suit. It's ARCCADD the bear. I was going to ask you to ask them how they choose the venue. Maybe that's something that we can follow up on.
Let's do it.
Because I would like to know if they have like certain guidelines or parameters. I think that they have to be sensitive not to put... I mean, it is an event of certain privilege. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, even though it's a fundraiser,
yeah.
So tickets are of a certain price. You wouldn't want to be insensitive to a neighborhood or be that much of a spectacle.
Yeah.
Like, I think that the areas that they've picked have all been really excellent for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, you're kind of in people's way, but kind of not too much in people's way.
Yeah. Except for you that one time.
I'll tell you where it's not going to be this year.
Where?
Bridgewater.
Bridgewater. Why? I mean, I agree.
That's not very urban, is what I'm saying.
That's true.
That's suburbanism.
Yeah.
And also, have you ever accidentally gone into Bridgewater?
Yeah.
Very hard to get out.
It's very easy to accidentally get into Bridgewater.
It's very hard to get out of Bridgewater once you're in there.
You have to go left to go right. You have to go right to go left. Like, we all are learning this, right?
Yeah.
Left? I mean, we are all learning this left. Right?
Right. It's very, very easy to make that mistake. And then you have to live with that mistake for some time.
As you weave your way through.
Holy cow.
Town
It's
sites.
a good thing there's gas stations and services.
And eventually Ildeshane.
I have to get a haircut. And she's like, oh, and it's going to have to be at our Bridgewater location. Is that okay?
Oh, no.
And I paused. I paused harder than when they say, oh, we only have Pepsi. Is that okay? Well, I guess.
What are we missing? Should we hypothesize some more locations?
Yeah.
Okay.
Symington Rail Yards.
On top of the train.
In the Pan Am Pool building. On the running track.
On the running track, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to know the total length of that table. And then we can like put it on maps and see where it'll fit.
It's 150 tables.
And each table
And
is...
it's a table for 8.
72 inches long.
Do you know that?
No, why would I know that?
The tables are...
If it's 72 inches, she owes me another
8 feet.
bottle of champagne. 96 inches.
96 inches, so 96
I mathed.
times 150 divided by 12.
Yeah.
So it's 1,200 feet of table. Oh, wow.
That's really convenient.
Yeah.
I think we just figured something out.
It's 2 feet per person.
What?
It's 2 feet per person. There's 2 sides to the table.
Right.
So it's 1,200 people. We just had a really odd eureka moment. So 1,200 feet of table.
Sure.
1,200 feet.
How many feet are in a...
Olympic pool.
3 feet in a yard. So that's 40 yards.
Yeah.
That's all the mathing I can
No, I know.
do.
I don't know where you're headed with yards.
I don't know. I
What
like
do we
yards.
measure in yards?
I don't know.
Fabric.
You were born after metric. Oh, wait, so was I.
You're not that old. Okay, so other possible locations.
Portage Place.
Nope. Oh, just the skywalks.
Just the skywalks at Portage Place. I like that.
But on top of them.
Oh.
No, under.
Under the
Under.
skywalks.
Rain or shine, under, right across the portage.
I was looking at when I was trying to figure out the secret location.
Yeah.
And I was like hypothesizing.
Yeah.
I thought Kildonan Park or St. Vital Park, but then I was like, they don't want to do parks.
And it's not terribly urban.
I felt that last year, because we were in the park, we weren't like in anybody's way.
Yeah. And actually, I think the goal is to be a little bit visible, and
Yeah.
that does pull it out of the
Yeah.
downtown
Like the
area.
park was pretty busy, but I don't think that we held anybody up.
No.
The footbridge into Assiniboine Park and then out onto Portage and take a right.
And they'll serve
Or
Sergeant
across
Sunday.
to Sergeant Sunday. People are trying to get their ice cream and you're just sitting there at the table eating bannock.
Standing next to the table in line.
Paige is like, can I just get a plain non-dipped cone?
Call back.
Or the BDI bridge. That's too short.
Oh.
That would be table for 12.
Table for 120.
You probably could get to 120 people on that table. Wellington Crescent.
All these people with ice cream trying to scoot by the tables.
One side of Wellington Crescent
Or down the middle.
on that like dirt path.
On the dirt path down the middle.
That would be in the way of all the dog walkers
Yes.
and yoggers.
Yes.
Plenty of yoggers.
Where else do we have? 1,200 feet.
I thought I had it in my head that it went over the bridge from like downtown into St. Vital, St. Boniface. And it didn't. It's just that has been living in my head as a possibility. Like, you know, Queen Elizabeth Way.
Oh. It's very trafficky.
Well, yeah.
Well, what about that other bridge?
The Donald Street Bridge?
No, the pedestrian bridge at the Forks.
Well, I thought it was there too.
It was never there.
It was never there. But Rollemond was there? Is that correct?
I don't
The
know.
year that they couldn't be on the ice?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe.
Perhaps.
Um.
Because really, you could like wind it around the Forks all you wanted. But
Yeah.
I kind of like this being out in the world.
Yeah.
Or what about? No, I'm not going to say it because that would reveal the secret location.
I'm just, as I say, I'm going to be planning on buying wine because I think you nailed it.
I think I did too.
It'll be really cool.
What if they took it out to Brandon? I'm kidding.
Get young Rebecca's face. A Brandonite.
What if it was table for 12,000? And you just went right out the Trans-Canada to Portage.
Number 1, all the way to Portage. You just stay in your vehicle. And the
And just
weather
honk.
and the weather's bad. That'll be the first year that the weather's bad.
I would sign up for a car meal. I love eating in the car. Okay, so I guess we should figure out what we're going to wear in real time here.
Yeah, okay, let's do it.
No, you know what I was going to say?
What?
I think I'm going to gather up some images and we're going to post them on our socials
Okay.
at Made from Pod.
Oh.
And we're going to include a photo that we took at what we think is the location,
Yes.
but we're going to blur it out so you can't see it.
Yeah, it won't give it away.
And then as soon as the location is revealed, it'll be accompanied by a picture of me with my champagne toast.
Yes.
Or
Or
of Paige eating her steak.
Me eating a steak. And man, that steak will taste good. Because I'll probably eat the steak,
Yeah,
regardless of whether you're paying for it or not.
right. Now that you've got steak on the mind.
Yeah.
Are you going to wear black this year? Or are you going to wear white? Are you going to wear black and white?
Last
Last year we were all in black.
we were all in black.
Or
The
should
table
we
was
wait
black.
until we've decided our table?
I think we need to.
theme it up.
Yeah, I think we need to. Especially because I really like the idea of if there's an easy way to incorporate our get-ups
Yeah,
into the theme,
right.
I'd like to do that.
So we're going to dress like penguins.
Yep.
As we sit at our ice table.
Yes. Oh,
Oh. Wouldn't that be cool?
did you just come up with that?
Yeah.
I like it.
What if we hear me out. What if we froze a slab of ice 8 feet long
4 inches thick.
and brought it to the secret location by truck? And then it just slowly drips into everyone's lap as we eat.
Sounds delightful. On a hot day, that could be a strategy.
Right?
It would keep people's elbows off the table.
Right? It would just be like instant etiquette.
Except for the whole wet lap thing.
What if we made a table setting out of dry ramen? Like end to end, like little squares of ramen. We stitch them all together. And then if we get hungry, we just ask for some hot water.
No. No.
What if?
I can veto that.
I like my kissing booth idea.
Yeah, so do I. And there's a good chance we won't have to kiss anyone.
Right.
That's the best.
Because once again, I'm your date.
Kissing booth.
Once again, someone over here gets to be your date. And co-captains? Or are we the captains? Are they the captains? We don't know.
I think we're unofficial helper captains.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our table last year, we were a little bit extra.
Yeah. Why?
And we replaced the white provided plates with all black plates from your collection.
Oh, that's true. We did that. We also replaced the provided white tablecloth
With black.
with black.
And we brought our own black and white napkins. We should put a picture of our table design
Oh, let's do it.
on our socials.
At Made from Pot.
There we go. Cue the music.